Welcome. My name is Melissa. I was tagged by Pat, a book chat with Pat, in the Booktube Community Joy and Gratitude tag. There are a few prompts for this tag, and the first one is joy. Let's be grateful for the people who make us happy. They are charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Marcel Proust. Name an author whose books bring you joy, or discuss a specific book that made you feel joyful. As I looked through my books, I realized I haven't read very many books specifically to bring myself joy. Most of my reading over the last several years had been pretty serious, and that could use some correcting. I have a few, but most of those are going towards other prompts. So I think I'll answer with James Herriot books. They're mild, mostly light books about beautiful countryside that I've used in the past to perk myself up when I felt low. Discuss something about Booktube that you find joyful. There are a lot of really lovely people on Booktube, and I love that some of them are older than me, possibly old enough to be my parents. I can soak up wisdom from older Booktubers. Friendship is the next prompt. Kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out that there are so many of them in the world. L.M. Montgomery, Anne of Green Gables. Discuss a book that focuses primarily on friendship. I don't have very many friendship books either. The main book that I've read that focuses on friendship is As You Wish by Carrie Elwes. It's the cast memoir of The Princess Bride. I probably mentioned it before. It's a happy memoir about the friendships that developed between members of the cast, some of them lifelong. For instance, Peter Falk, the actor who played the grandfather, and Fred Savage, who played the grandson, became close for the rest of Falk's life. Laughter. There's nothing like deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reasons. Chbosky, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Discuss an author or a specific book that made you laugh. I haven't read a lot of books that made me laugh. That too should be remedied at some point. The first two books of the How to Train Your Dragon series by Cressida Cowell are the only ones I can think of that have made me laugh in the last few years. I have to warn you that their humor feels kind of British and is aimed at 9-year-old boys. Even though I'm a 30-something-year-old woman, I enjoyed them anyway. They were cute. Community. We cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men. Herman Melville. Discuss a book where the idea of community is important. I actually have the perfect book for this. A few years ago, I read Dancing in the Streets, A History of Collective Joy by Barbara Ehrenreich. It's a cultural history of communal festive traditions that allow the masses to express their hopes and imagine different futures for their societies. Elites in various societies tend to fear collective joy because it can undermine hierarchies in favor of grassroots community values and practices. Thus, elites try to squash efforts to express collective joy. Community festivities keep popping up anyway, sanctioned or not. Discuss a communal reading experience that you have had. When I was a teenager, I was homeschooled due to some health problems. I was part of a homeschool group, and there was this dad in the group that decided to start a literature book club for us teens. He was basically my literature teacher. We mostly read classics, and all of the books were new to me. He would have us read a book, then come to a meeting where he'd give us a short lecture on what he thought we needed to know about the book, and then he'd lead a discussion on it. It really helped me develop thinking skills and learn to love reading. It built my confidence at a time when I really didn't fit in with my peers in the outside world, and I'm still in contact with that dad. Gratitude. I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks. William Shakespeare, Twelfth Night. Name a book in which a character demonstrates real gratitude, or name a book that left you feeling a sense of gratitude. There's a Beauty and the Beast retelling that's called The Beast's Heart by Leif Shallcross, where the beast was raised by an awful father after the death of a wonderful mother. To shut out the pain of his mother's death, he becomes selfish and shallow like his father. The witch puts him under the spell, and then when Belle comes along, he is ready to change. He wants what's best for Belle and recognizes that his traditional behavior isn't what's best for himself or her. He goes on a journey to become a good man. If I remember correctly, he eventually gets in contact with the witch and expresses gratitude to her for allowing him the opportunity to change. I won't tag anyone, but I really enjoyed this tag. It's fun to think about heartwarming books. I hope you have a good weekend. Take care.